Okay, guys, so in this video, I'm going to show you three Fiverr gigs so you can make your first $1,000 online as a freelancer, even with no expertise. On top of that, I have two different bonuses I'm going to show at the end of the video, which is pretty much how to rank your gig on the first page on Fiverr and how to get started with no expertise. Because I know a lot of people get pretty much upset by the fact that they don't feel they're experts in a specific service, and you don't need to have any expertise. So don't worry about that. Just stay with me. I'm going to explain to you in very careful and easy to follow details, so no worries about it. Because making money on Fiverr is pretty much a composition of three key elements, which is pretty much selling a gig that it's on high demand. This is something very important. It's basically the most important thing out of everything, because a lot of you guys, or at least 98% of the sellers, are pretty much selling a service or a gig that nobody's actually interested in. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you need to be following the demands. You need to be pretty much selling something that people are already purchasing from other people, and that's what I'm going to show it to you in the next section. But also, on top of that, you need to be selling it better than competition. Selling, marketing, and closing buyers better than the competition is key. And this is like proof that I know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Because I started here in February 2020, and by pretty much May, 3 months after that, I was earning like close to $10,000 in pure profits. And I'm talking like pure profits, freelancing. You know what I'm saying? And from there, it was all the way here. November was my highest month of 2020, which pretty much close to $20,000 in pure profit. So I know a thing or two about how to actually make money on Fiverr. You know what I'm saying? So basically, you need to be also always over delivering, because even although like selling something on high demand and also like selling it better than the competition is pretty much responsible for 80% of the success I got, and the reason why I was able to make this amount of money, like over delivering in 5 star reviews is what actually ensures your consistency, because this is what happened. As soon as you start like making money, like if you're not delivering good quality and buyer satisfaction, that's when you can see the drops coming in. So I need to pretty much iterate and improve my service in order to scale higher. You know what I'm saying? And of course, there can be some fluctuation because some months are better than others, and that's natural demand. But you have full control over the income you earn once you understand how to pretty much make the most out of Fiverr, which is this. Now let's go to the straight sauce. Okay, so what are the three high demand gigs and proof that they're actually making money? Well, first of all, let me show you, which is website development. Why do I say website development? Because this is pretty much the industry I'm in. You know what I'm saying? So as you can see in the second one, I was earning like close to $4,000, and from there, almost $10,000, and from here, almost $20,000 in pure profits. So website development is a very, profitable category service gig. Let me show you here. Let's go to website development here on Fiverr. You can pretty much see that people are making money just by going ahead and see whether if they're making money or not. For example, if you click on this guy, let's see. Let's try to look for, I don't know, like, let's say Shopify. What is his highest niche? Let's try with this one. No, this one. No, 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 no. Let's go back. More details. Okay, as you can see, he has 19 orders in queue, and these are their prices. So you can see that this person is actually earning money. Let's say we look for WordPress development, which is pretty much within the website development side of things. So let's click on someone who has like a fair amount of reviews. So as you can see here, let's say this one. Let's see how much money is she making. 27 orders in queue, and these are their prices. So you can see this person is actually making money. So this is a very good, pretty much a gig to be selling. However, like the beauty about Fiverr is that you can pretty much emulate what these people are doing. You know what I'm saying? Because you can see their title, you can see their prices, you can see the offer they're doing, you can see their gig description and everything. So you can pretty much do not copy but emulate what's actually working. So this is something very important. It's actually super easy because you literally have proof that it actually works, because these people are actually making money. So as long as you follow and emulate accordingly, like, you will have pretty much the blueprint to your success. So take this in consideration. Website development is very good. Also, this is my favorite one, because social media marketing, I've seen a lot of people making a lot of money consistently. So let me show you real quick. Social media marketing, like, there's a lot of people making a lot of money with this. For example, this girl, I always use it as an example because she's a very good example of how much money you can be making. Like 74 orders in queue, has a lot of repeated buyers, and as you can see, like, you can see exactly what she's pretty much offering. So you can literally emulate, like, look, even the gig thumbnail is not even that attractive. Of course, maybe the reason why people are clicking a lot is because of the girl. You know what I'm saying? But always you can work your way around it. You know what I'm saying? So you need to be also making sure that your gig is actually clickable. But this is actually a good industry category to be selling on Fiverr, because as you can see, there's a lot of demand. And if, of course, like if you check for other people, there's gonna be like people purchasing from other people, So just because she has a lot of buyers, that doesn't mean that there's a lot of people purchasing from other people. Let's see this one. I'll be your social media marketing content creator. Let's see how many orders she has. 7 orders in queue. Like, but still, like, there's people actually making money. So you can actually make $1,000 freelancing if you know what you're actually doing and follow the steps that I'm sharing. And of course, the third one, like, there's much more. Like high demand gigs, but these are the top three that I would suggest to begin with, because it's fairly easy to fulfill. So YouTube video editing. Let's try with YouTube video editing. I've researched it before, and there was people like making quite a few bucks here and there. For example, let's say, I don't know. Let's say, which one is worth clicking? Tell me, guys. Tell me, guys. I think, okay. Let's try Russian. Who the hell is Russian? I don't know. But let's see. Okay, 6 hours in queue. He's making quite a few bucks. So yeah, you can see he's been making money. How many reviews he has? Okay, 40, 400, almost 500. So you can see that this person has earned more than $1,000 freelancing. And like, there's a lot of people like making more than that. I will do a professional video editing. Let's see how much he's making here. I want to in queue, but he has over 1,000 reviews. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, the guy has been making money. So this is a good indication that like, these gigs are actually on high demand, and you can do your own research. Like, you can go on all of these: graphics design, programming tech, digital marketing, video animation, writing. Like, there's a lot. As you can see, like, there's a lot. Let's try something random. What the hell? My dog is barking. Okay, so let's try. Oh, let's try this one: sales. This is a bonus though. Sales. I will provide solar leads and other homeowner sales leads. Is he making money though? Ah, damn, I can see it. Oh wow, but he's been like completing 90 to 100 orders. So like, I have been making quite a few bucks here and there. You know what I'm saying? So okay, in this gig he's been making like 600. So yeah, I think it's a good gig. Let's see from most recent. Yeah, he's been completing orders here and there, as you can see. So yeah, there's money to be made even in this. So you can do your own research. Like, it's really not that complicated, and you can see that there's a lot of proof of people actually making money. But of course, like, you've been wondering, like, but like, you can get discouraged because you can be selling, and just because I'm telling you exactly what works, that doesn't mean that you're gonna be successful. You're gonna make $1,000 online, because there goes more beyond that, and that's what I'm trying to explain here, which is, in order for you to actually rank your gig on the first pages, in order to you to be seen by most people, like for example in website development, because like, the higher you rank, the higher the chances you will start making money. Like, I'm going to be explaining to you, because for example, don't get too much discouraged, because like, it was not until October when I was actually seeing that I was ranking on the first page. But before that, I was not even like ranking, and I'm telling you, because I was checking that on my, on Fiverr, and I wasn't ranking. But it was until here that that's when you can actually start making more money. But there is a, like, to rank on the first page on Fiverr, like, you need to understand how the platform works. So you know basically, this is how you rank. First of all, you need to be getting momentum. What do I mean with momentum? You need to be closing clients. The more clients you get, like, it becomes like a snowball effect. Because what happened is, like, the more buyers you get and equals, probably and perhaps more 5-star reviews. The more 5-star reviews equal the more exposure you get on marketplace. So the more 5-star reviews you get, like, the more Fiverr start getting data and seeing, like, okay, this gig is actually worth promoting organically, because he's making money, he's making us money. And of course, like, the last thing is to keep like buyer satisfaction high. This is something very important, and that's why I was saying here, like, you have to be over delivering, because you don't want to be having like drops over here. The more buyer satisfaction you get, the more Fiverr will start pushing your gig, and the more money you will be making, because of course, the more prospect you get and the more messages you get, like, the more orders you will be getting. So of course, I'm teaching you exactly how you can make $1,000 freelancing, but this is proof that you can make much more than that. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, because I've been in the business for the past 5 years, so I know in depth. Like, I'm telling you that I've been every single day checking what's working and what not. You know what I'm saying? I have a lot of unsuccessful times. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm qualified to teach you, because okay, I was making here close to $40,000 in pure profit. Like, actually, this month was around $45,000 in profit, but Fiverr counts it a little bit different, because in this month I didn't make like 22 grand. It was like more like 15 grand maybe. So yeah, just like Like for example, the January orders were completed in February. You know what I'm saying? So that's what happened here on Fiverr. So it's not completely accurate, but still, like the money is the money completed. So here's the proof, right? So the thing, like what I was telling you here, like you need to be emphasizing like buyer satisfaction because you don't want to have these huge drops. I was completely locked in and crazy in selling, which was responsible, and that's what I was telling you before. That's 80% of the reason why you make a lot of money, but you don't want these to have these drops, because that's when I was like not focusing on buyer satisfaction. I was just focusing on selling, and my service delivery was whack, which is pretty much the second bonus, which is how to get started with no expertise. Because a lot of you guys will be pretty much like, okay, I can understand that I need to be selling something on demand, but what if I don't have expertise? Like that really doesn't matter because your only goal in order to make money is to sell the service. This is worth emphasizing 100,000 times because that's what actually makes you money, because like the main reason why 98% of the sellers don't succeed, it's because they don't know how to sell their services, because for example, you have to think about it. Like if there's like 55,000 results, meaning like there's 55,000 gigs similar to yours, like what are the odds of you actually making money or that a buyer will choose you over other people? Why? Well, let me tell you why. Let me tell you how. Basically, first of all, what the hell? First of all, Fiverr gives a chance to new sellers. Basically, like this may take a little bit of time, a few weeks, but they will pretty much like push your gig into the algorithm so you can start getting a little bit of a message. So you have a Fiverr gives a fair chance to all. You know what I'm saying? So your only goal here is to sell it better than the competition, meaning you have to close a buyer because if there's someone with 1,000 reviews on website development, like why would they pick you if you don't have any reviews? Well, guess what? I did that. I did that here in 2020 because like I was competing against people that were making a lot of money. So what makes a difference? Guess what it was? That I was very good at selling. How do you sell? By how do you actually sell it good? This is my question because you might be wondering like, but I don't know how. Like, how do you sell it good? Well, basically by creating good offers. By creating a good offer, aka irresistible offer. Like you need to be making the customer jump by not taking your offer. You know what I'm saying? So for example, if you're selling your service for $1,000, give it like for them for like $100, like this time, limited time only, and always justify that you have like that you're starting new business and all that stuff, so you will support like new sellers. Like you need to be creative with this. Like I can make a video an hour long on how to actually sell it, but you get the point. You know what I'm saying? You need to be creating good offers because it's responsible, like I'm telling you, that's responsible of 98% of the people not succeeding. It literally took me 12 months to become the number one in my category because I was very good at selling. It was so easy to compete people on Fiverr because they don't know how to sell. Most people don't know how to sell. There may be just quite a few good sellers, and there's the one that always remain at the top pages. But on the other hand, like most people are not good at selling. And the more you start like understanding and venturing on Fiverr, you will understand it. Yeah, it's actually quite easy. Even although the competition is high, it's very, very easy. Now, again, circling back to how to get started with no expertise, you can always do two things. First of all, number one, you can leverage AI or YouTube University. What do I mean with that? Like, for example, nowadays you can use ChatGPT and everything in order for you to have like a full expertise over the service. It really doesn't matter whether social media marketing or YouTube University. What do I mean with YouTube University? Like, I basically say that because you can learn everything on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So as you start getting clients, you can pretty much start learning on YouTube how to deliver the service. Guess what? There's a ton of tutorials for free. Ton of free tutorials on YouTube on how to do anything, like literally anything. How to do website development, youtube.com, and you can pretty much find like how to do websites, how to do social media marketing, how to edit video. But this is not for lazy people. You know what I'm saying? You need to be putting the work at the end of the day. However, there's another way if you don't want to even do any pretty much any work whatsoever, right? Which is pretty much hiring other people to do it. This is very important, and this is when pretty much you can become an agency or contract arbitrage. You know what I'm saying? Because for example, what you can do, which is very simple, is like, let's say you're doing website development and you don't know how to use let's say WordPress, right? Let's try WordPress. WordPress website. Okay. Let's say you're very good at selling and you're receiving many orders, because I'm telling you, like, your only skill you have to do is to pretty much sell it better than competition. Let's say you're very, very, very good at selling and you're getting orders. Like, let's say you're this guy and you have 11 orders that you don't have any clue on how to deliver. Well, guess what? First of all, you have a full control over your time delivery. So you can put, instead of 7 days, you can put like 14 days, 10 days, whatever it is, whatever makes sense to you. You know what I'm saying? And you can always do this. Go to WordPress website and you can hire someone else for cheaper, and you keep the difference, because there's going to be people, like, if you go and browse around like the last pages or Fiverr and everything, you will see that there's people that they don't have any orders. You know what I'm saying? So for example, let's try with I don't know, you need to research, you know what I'm saying? But let's say this person, like, I'll resign, copy, clone, blah 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 blah. Let's say this person, like, he has one order in queue, and these are the prices. So if you're charging, I don't know, $500, and they're charging 150, you just keep the difference. You know what I'm saying? You can always do that. It can be within Fiverr. You can find them somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you can keep the difference, and you can hire someone else to do the job, because your only goal, if you want to make money, if you want to make $1,000 online, is just to sell it better than the competition, and that's it. That's the sauce.